what I was able to make out earlier, and I might have messed it up by trying to make it a little brighter, underneath that GHAREXP, there was a C or G30, and then the number's 64. So even though that other piece says 650, 6-50, that might be a date, but that might be an old piece that was not assembled till 64. I'm thinking maybe this was a 1964 Vise. But it said 64, like right here. And it looks like I kind of obliterated it while trying to make it stand out a little bit more. Alright, I'm about ready to try to install this back on there. Some interesting things I didn't notice when I first took this apart. It's off center, the hole in there. So this can't just be put in there anyway, even if it wasn't for the, like when it was manufactured, it could not just be put in any particular orientation. And before I cleaned it, there was definitely, you could tell where it made it up down here because there was, a rust pattern where that keyway was. And that corresponded with this mark right here. So this mark goes to the bottom, and that's at the bottom. You can see the, with the off center. So the hole is nearest to the top when you orient it that way. So the idea is going to be, if everything works right, that this will actually pull the piece in with, just using the handle once I thread it in. I think it should work. The only thing that concerns me is getting these holes exactly lined up, because that's quite a tight fit. So we'll see how it works. All right, I went ahead and applied some grease. I'm just going to give it a shot. See what happens. I should just go ahead and clamp this down instead of fighting it. It's getting very, very hard all of a sudden. I'm not sure what's going on. And it drew up and it was as though it hit something. I think it's the, oh, you know what it is? I think it's binding. I think it needs a little tap up top here. Yeah, it's not going to do it. I might do it. Looks better. As far as I want to go. All right. So, fusion. Holes seem to have lined up. That bad boy's in there now. So this is the original cap. It goes here. I want to put this on before I paint the rest of it. And yeah, it's pretty beat. I'm gonna see how good I can get it to look. But there is, they sell reproductions on eBay for like $5. So I might end up going that route. We'll see how clean I can get this. It's taken some abuse. I wish I had a dome-topped, like, bench anvil. I keep meaning to make something like that, and I haven't. But to do that, I need to make my radius cutter for my lathe, which I haven't done. So many projects need to be accomplished. As you can see, after wire wheeling it, things had a hard life. I'm gonna give this a try. I don't know what success I will have. Well, that's about as good as I can make it. Like I said, I'm going to put it in there to protect it for painting, and may end up swapping it out with something different later. How hard do you think this will be to get to go in there? This is how these things get beat up to start with. That might be it. Yeah, that's pretty good. I think that might be it. Yeah, so I'll do my little bit of sanding here. And go ahead and prime the rest of this. Alright, we've got everything all primed up and ready to paint. I was going back and forth whether to use just straight, smoke gray or hammered finish or something else. Smoke gray would be more traditional, which, it being vintage and everything, I would kind of like to do. But since it's been sort of beat up here and I don't want to really grind all that metal down to try to pretty it up, I'm going with the hammered finished. And this will match the Logan Vise that I've been painting. And it'll live over near the Logan Vise when my vision comes together for this garage, I hope. All right, but so tonight, I'll be doing some painting, some top coating. First, and I was looking through the last video. Somehow I lost the footage. I milled the anvil flat. I didn't go, I stopped with 30 thousandths. There's still, rough edges around, but I didn't want to take any more meat off. The Wilton is, I think, superior to the Colombian in the amount of meat you've got on this anvil. It's, as far as I can tell, it is solid all the way through the casting, whereas the Colombian actually, comes up in a hollow under the anvil, which, I think that's a better design. So, as I mentioned, I did get that last screw out. We're using a solid carbide drill bit, and I am now going to I ordered some stainless screws. I'm going to find out whether the threads that are in there are going to be sufficient to hold this thing together, or if I'm going to have to come up with a plan B. So that's first order of business tonight. Let's see. Started. That fits nicely. It's the tightening I'm worried about. I'm afraid that there's the threads aren't going to have enough meat in them. We're going to find out. All right. Last one. And this is the one I'm worried about. This is the one, actually, this one was the one that was popped out. This is the one that I drilled out. So I think these threads are all okay. It's good and snug. It's as snug as I would make it. Same there. And this one. Yes. Okay. All right. I'll probably, for final assembly, I'll probably put like blue Loctite in there or something. But she's good. All right. So that's the main thing. So this thing should actually function now as a vise for the first time in who knows how many years. Well, it's missing the jaws. Yeah. All right. That's great. Cool. So tonight I'll take this apart and I'll put the hammered finish on all these components. I'll go and start working on this handle. I think for the time being I'm just going to try to straighten and clean this one, although it's so beat up that fabricating a new one might be in the future, but who knows. We'll see how good I can make it look. And then the last thing will be making me some jaws. Here we go. By the way, if you've ever felt guilty about owning too many vices, go check this guy out. Mexa Shop 1. Watch a couple of his Vice videos, and then look at his video. It's titled something like Financial Advice for Vice Collectors. That is must-see TV right there. It's looking pretty good, I think. How about that? Just wanted to show real quickly that hammered finish, hides a lot of the blemishes that were on that cap.